Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Shalom. Give me a quick second. Okay. Lord willing, this is Lord willing, this edifying. Shalom, family. Hold on 1 second. I don't know why. Yeah, my phone was. I was wilding for a second. I was wilding. Hold on 1 second, family. Just making sure I'm letting this thing go to the other flocks. Gotta make sure. Okay, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahushai is who the world eminently calls Jesus the Christ. Rakakodash, in the Paleo Hebrew, is the Holy Spirit. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who've been ruling well through the Spirit, teaching this word and believing this word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High can continue to put it in their spirits, to endure and to continue to teach and bring forth 100% the Most High's doctrine to the best of their ability. And a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this word and believing this word. Lord willing, the Most High continue to put on your spirit to endure and to be sincere. Shalom to the Akwathium that are in this truth, that are believers of his word. Lord willing, you continue to pursue to be a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, must have mercy on other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. I was trying to get a good picture. The other one, that wasn't really, it wasn't really mapping for me because of the brother had locks in it, you know. But this picture right here, you know, you see what the title says. It says, "We must go through hell to reach the kingdom," you know, and really going into like you know, the obstacle you have to go to get into the kingdom. You know, that's why, you know, just even watching watching the camp video from Orlando, bro, like that really, like you really have to believe in it. Like it's a lot to it, you know, and it's all worth it. Since I got time to play, we gonna play. Lord willing, again, Lord willing, through the power and the spirit of Rakatadash, because I can't do nothing without the Lord. The Lord willing, he allowed a few of these verses to be edifying and go straight to the point. Some scriptures I might not put on the screen, and some I actually will. So the verse that you see on the screen, let's see. Okay. Matthew chapter 7. go into these two verses. Narrow and wide gate. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 13 to 14. It said, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat, right? Which is the world, being stuck in la la land. The obstacles the elect is going through is not the world. Yes, it could be the temptations, it could be the terrain, but saying you serving Yahweh Shem Al Shai, it's a lot that comes with it, right? Verse 14, it says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it, right? In the narrow, it was another picture of a narrow path, and they had the dude trying to imitate himself like Yahweh Shai walking on a thin path, and one side is this way and one side is that way. That reminds me of, let's see if we can get it. Isaiah 43. I'm gonna read it in the NLT because this hit me when my brother Bashar, when we was talking about like Jacob trouble and stuff, right? But when you think about this narrow path, it's the same on, harm is not going to touch the elect, right? So when you go to Isaiah 43, I believe you start at verse 16 in the NLT, it says, I am Yahweh who opened a way through the waters, making a dry path through the sea, which was when we left Egypt. I called forth the mighty army of Egypt with all its chariots and horses. I drew them beneath the wave, and they drowned, their lives snuffed out like a smothering candle wick. But forget all that. It is nothing compared to what I am going to do, right? For I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland, right? That you can go to Isaiah 41 verse 18, right, where he made the dry land water and in a place of water dry, right? So it says, the wild animals in the field will thank me. The jackalins and all. No, that's basically it. Because he was just basically saying that he's doing something new and he already have done it. And basically he's making a path through the wilderness. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai, if you believe in him, he is making a path for us. That's why when we go to Proverbs 16:9, it says, a man heart deviseth his ways, but the Lord direct his steps. The Lord is directing your step in the path that you're walking, or whatever step he's going to have you take in order to get to your path. Because sometimes it could be two pathways, one on the left and one on the right, right? Because you have to know unrighteous and righteous. One is on the left, one is on the right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, because this is a vision. So Lord willing, through the power of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, we can kind of get some understanding in this thing. We're going to try to read verse 1 to 16, and I might even hop to the G&T too, right? Because we wanted to smack us. I'm not going to go too crazy with this, right? Even though I should try to dissect this. But, the title on itself is the motivation to draw you, Let me see. I got to go to my phone because to typing and going through the computer is already slow as soon as I'm doing this live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read that. Okay. So again, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 1. It says, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the night afore. And he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my God. Then said, and God, he means power, not the Most High, right? This is a power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. Let me make sure. I'm going to just say in the GNT, it says, Go ahead, sir, I said. He continued, Picture in your mind a broad, immense sea spreading over a vast area, right? So the angel was telling him to paint a picture of a sea, right? Verse 4, but put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. And then in the GNT, but with an entrance no wider than a river. Because rivers and seas are different. Rivers are smaller, a smaller amount of water, right? Verse 5, it says, when then, so let me get the arrow there. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? And we just read the broad. Don't try to read scriptures ahead, because then in the same fact, you're going to read scriptures ahead, and then it might come out in a different aspect. So just stay on verse 5. If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? Now we read the broad is going to lead you to destruction. Matthew chapter 7, right? Verse 13 to 14. Broad way leads you to destruction, but the narrow path leads you to life. Let's read in the GNT. It says, no one who wishes to enter that sea, whether to visit it or control it, can reach its broad expanse of water without passing through the narrow entrance, right? So you see how in the KJV they put, if he went through the narrow, they put that first, and then how could he come into the broad? But in the GNT, it tells you that he can't go through this unless he passed through the narrow entrance. So this shows, in order for us to get into the kingdom, in order for us to overcome this world, in order to be disciplined, in order to increase in this thing in the spirit and the flesh become weak, you must go through the narrow path. I'm going to read it again in the GNT. Verse 5. No one who wishes to enter that sea, no one that wishes to enter in that sea, whether to visit it or control it, can reach its broad expanse of water without passing through the narrow entrance. So in order for us to enter the sea, we must go through the narrow entrance. Okay, let's go to verse 6. There is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of good things. GNT. Or take another example. Picture, so now the angel is saying, take another example. Picture a city built on a plain. The city is full of all kinds of good things. Verse 7 in the KJV. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. That joint sounds scary when you imagine it, because he keeps saying, when I go into GNT, you hear how the angel keeps saying, imagine it. So the angel is explaining it, and he's telling him to imagine it. So now in the KJV, it says the entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand or on the deep, the deep water. Now, I had quoted something, and I'm gonna see if my computer would kind of be player for me and not, glitch and load so I can show this type of picture. It's almost depicting the picture that I was kind of quoting earlier. Lord willing, they let us see it. Lord willing. Come on, baby. Where is it? There we go. Right here. This is the picture. Now, what we just read is not rocks and all of that. So just imagine what we just read. Don't look at this depiction away. Think of it that this is the path he's walking on, and we just read in the verse that you might be able to fall. The one side is fire and the other side is water. So when you look at this picture, just imagine in your mind walking on a dangerous path. One side is fire, one side is water. And you can only walk on this little ass path. Hey, and we live in a time of seasons. Winter, fall, spring, summer. So imagine walking through this path in the winter, spring, fall, summer, however it goes, right? So now I gave you an image. Now let's go back to this verse again. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. This is a narrow place. The way this path is, it is narrow, and you are able to fall. That's the path you have to stay focused forward. And then it says, like as if there is a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. So correctly. So fire on the right and water on the left, right? So imagine it, right? We have to sit here in our house, in your bed, or at work and be thinking of this every day, Now verse 8. No, let me read this in the G&T, Salaki family. Verse 7 in the G&T. But the entrance to it is narrow and steep, with fire on the one side and deep water on the other side. So now it just got a little deep on it. It said that the narrow path is steep, like a steep hill going up or going down is a steep path. Now verse 8 in the KJV, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. Ain't that the picture right there? So we got to go one by one in this thing. How you think? I'm gonna just leave that for another moment. Verse 8 in the G&T. The one path between the fire and the water is so narrow that only one person at a time may walk on it. One person at a time. Now, this is just a vision. But now look at all of us in this saying that we in this truth. But I'm going to just use the brothers that I'm watching. Great Millstone, Yarmayan, Shami Walla, all the affiliates. We just on this one narrow path, one by one behind each other. Steep as hell. And I'm just saying through the spirit, brothers is getting exhortation. They getting video after video. That's what motivates us to keep going. As soon as brothers stop slacking on the video, they start contradicting something. That's them saying, hey, I want to turn around. And it's all of us on this narrow path. And they want to turn around while we all up on there. But I always say this, nobody is going to get away from the elect accomplishing their goals. That's why I always try to tell myself, ain't nobody getting in the way unless it's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai or myself. Esau can try all he want. If the Lord give you over to the left-hand side, there's nothing you can do. That's why I say only the Most High and yourself. The Lord already tell you, nobody can hide you away or take you away from the love of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Now, again, 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 9. It says, if this city now were given unto a man of an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Right? In the G&T verse 9, he says, if anyone inherits this city, he cannot take possession of his inheritance without passing through this dangerous entrance. And let's get back into it. What is the inheritance of Israel? Yasharalim, the land of Canaan. The Lord took us from our place. And what did he say in Ezekiel? Salaki, family, because I keep hopping. It's just I gotta, prove all things. Want to make sure we staying in the same subject. I don't want to take nobody another way. I just want you to see where it is. We could go deeper, but I'm not trying to go too crazy. So this is Ezekiel 36, dropping down, trying to get straight to the point. Yes. Verse 24, it says, and I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries and bring you into your own land. Your own land is your inheritance, right? I'm going to drop down. We can keep on going. You can keep on going if you want. But verse 28, it says, and ye shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. So let's see the land that he had given your fathers. Lord willing, they'll give me something. Yeah, I don't to be my people. Yeah, I thought they was gonna give me like a land me back on that one. To say what land. Let's see if this one do give me the land, the land, the land, the land. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, and I'll start at verse 3. It says, that then Yahweh, thy power, will return thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, what we just read in Ezekiel, whether Yahweh, thy God, has scattered thee, right? Because Israel scattered four corners of the earth. In America, we most likely known as Black, Latinos, and Natives. Outside of America, I highly doubt the Israelites is called African American, uh, Latino, and Native. They got to have something else different, because Native American, Puerto Rican, Latinos, African American, that is established in America or the outskirts of, Central America, but America is under that umbrella of African American, Latinos, and Natives, and so on and so on, Jamaican and Haitians, right? Verse 4, it says, if any of thy be driven out into the outmost part of heaven, from thence will Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And Yahweh thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it. And he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. What is your land? It is Yasharalim. It is Israel, the land of Canaan. I just want the verse to say it. Okay, this is Genesis 17:18. It says, and I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee. So from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, to the 12 tribes on down, right? And look where we at now, right? He said, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power. So the land of Canaan, you see how hard what we got to do in order to get back to get our land. This is our inheritance, what we just read in verse 9, right? In the GNT again, what did it say? It said, if anyone inherits this city, he cannot take possession of his inheritance without passing through this dangerous entrance, right? The entrance first is Yahushua, because he is the door. Soon as you come in this ministry, if you're not coming in this ministry through Yahushua, you're not going to be able to walk that narrow path. Be a OT only. You're not in the narrow path. You want to be a Pyru, you're not in the narrow path. You know, the narrow path is this whole volume of this book. The narrow path is approving yourself. This narrow path is the essential milk, the dark sayings, and the prophecies, right? Really, if you accumulate it under Yahushua, it's 100% doctrine. Let me just get this side precept for y'all, which is Proverbs, the 4th chapter. Yeah, Proverbs, the 4th chapter, verse 1. It says, hear ye children, the instruction of a father. The Most High is the Father. Yahushua is the Father of all creations. So Yahushua gave us this ministry through his Father, because the Father gave him all the wisdom. So Yahushua created something that was great in the eyes of the Lord. And attend to my understanding, for I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law. Yahushua is the word. So you best believe he's the one that gave you the doctrine, because the Lord created Yahushua through his wisdom and his power. That's why Yahushua comes. He is the power and the wisdom of the Most High. You know, so it's Yahushua is Yahushua, man. Wait, hold on. Right? Yahushua made this path for us, bro. In order to overcome it, we need to believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You need to believe in the Most High Son, Yahushua. You know, because we're Yahushua's inheritance. You got to think about it, right? And if Yahushua went through his narrow path, coming down here, laying himself down, you got to, and that's another thing that motivated me on this, because when I was leaving work, I'm like, yo, Yahushua, like, man. And like the brothers was getting in there, brothers was really getting stoned, teaching in the name of Yahushua. And I'm right now speaking in the name of Yahushua. In order for us to get that kingdom, you must believe in Yahushua. In order to get that kingdom, you must believe that MOTB is physical, so that it stays in your mind and your dumb ass don't take it. We got to really believe, got to really have faith. You got to really examine yourself. You got to always upgrade. You got to change. I keep hearing people at work and other places, people that's not in my household, be like, yo, man, you look like you changed. Bro, the way you talk, you sound like you changed. The way your voice is, you change. Like how you answer stuff, you change. Like, and then the elder at work, he said, yo, bro, it's like you matured since I met you. Like you don't play, you serious. Most of the time I see you. He's like, man, I see, and it's not me. And then I had to say, that's not me. That's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in me. In order for me to overcome this path that we in, this narrow path, what he say? What the title say? We must go through hell to reach the kingdom. This hell I'm going through, that the Most High is allowing me to go through, is molding me to overcome. And that's all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because we can't do nothing without the Lord. You cannot do nothing without the Lord say so. You can. Let's say it again. We cannot do nothing without the Lord. Hold on. I'm gonna get this side precept. This is St. John 15:5. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me continue in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. If you are a believer in Yahushua, first I'm talking to the men, because the 144,000 is the first fruit of Yahushua's ministry. So when you sing bring forth fruit, every person in Israel should be like, oh, I'm bringing in fruit. How, Sway? First, you have to think of the men first. Is the men out here teaching on the highways and byways? Is they sitting down doing videos? Is they edifying their family? Is they teaching their kids? Let alone a man is teaching their family off of how they walk. Every day what you doing. Is you about the Lord business, your family can see automatically what you're doing. So automatically, if you showing your family what you're doing, you already dwelling with them according to knowledge. Brothers is going out to them highways and byways, Matthew 22. If you see it, them brothers is bringing fruit. Now, sometimes we don't see if we bring a fruit because people is coming and going. The Lord know if you bring a fruit because they could be watching a video. They can be having on their mind a verse you said, but they might be taking them steps, right? He said, for without me, ye can do nothing. So the men that's teaching out here are laying themselves down. We can't do nothing unless Yahushai is abiding in us, man. So that's why I always say to women, you got to look at the man you dealing with. You know, Yahushua is moving this man in a certain way so that he can press towards the mark. What? Philippians 3:14, press towards the mark. The calling of Hamashiach Yahushua. We're pressing to get to Yahushua. If your husband is doing that, you are looking at a standing ovation. If the whole world can just clap at what Yahushua did, what the men of the Lord is doing, they will be clapping until we walked into the kingdom and still be clapping. Because y'all don't see it. Niggas don't see this path. We just read these verses. Did you imagine it while we was reading it? And then if you didn't imagine, read it again. Read it in the KJV, then read it in the GNT, then read it in the GNT, then read it in the KJV. And then if you can't break it down in your own mind, rewatch the video. Lord willing, the Most High allow me to dissect it even more. If you can't see this path, if you can't see the path you're walking on, you're not in this damn truth. How can you see the path that you're walking in? Tell me, can you see wickedness? Right? Can you see Israelites not cleaving to the Lord? Then look at your steps. Oh, I'm serving the Lord. Let's not boast ourselves. When you woke up, did you hurry up and read a script? When you woke up, did you first think of Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Are you planning on thinking on the Lord? Are you thinking in your mind, hey, I got to do a lesson a day? Talking to the men first. Women, everything I just said about a man, are you counting yourself productive in the spirit to get to that kingdom too? Because it's not all about rubbing your man McNuggets. You got to believe in Yahweh Shai too. You know, you have to believe that you have to play the bitch while your husband is laying himself down. He could be shot in the head. What is you doing? Because what if that man, something happened to him in the hospital, and you hurried up trying to call the doctor or try to call the cops, try to call jail? Did you stop for one freaking moment and go pray? That's what y'all women need to work on now with this path. Go to praying. Go on to calling the Lord. Go on reading, because y'all women getting tested on a way another level. And when Jacob trouble come, women gonna get real tested. No tampons. How you gonna hold that period? Oh, I got a boo-boo, I got to pee. Ain't no house for you to go pee in. And you might be outside in the wilderness. You gonna get humble. You don't like spiders. You don't like tarantulas. You don't like rats. You don't like roaches. And that day you gonna love them. This is a hard path we walking on, man. Because everybody that you see around you, everybody might not be serious. Some people just say, yeah, how about you now shy? But they not serious about it, man. When you walking through hell, you angry. Yeah, you going to be a little scared because you are in the flesh. But you're going to be angry because then you see all the other people trying to take shortcuts. Hold on. Let me get a side precept for y'all, family. Let me get a side precept for y'all. You know, some people trying to walk that narrow path, but then they're going to try to get in the kingdom another freaking way. Nah, not over here. We ain't doing that today. This is St. John 10:1. It says, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door, which is Yahushai, into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. But he that entereth in by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. So if you come in through Yahushai, and now that fire is on you to teach and feed the flock, be a leader, say, hey, come this way, come this. Hey, what is your name? Come this way. That is a shepherd. That's a prophet. That's an apostle. This brother saying, yeah, y'all don't accept the prophets, but you want to accept the apostles. Y'all apostles and we prophets. You niggas is bugged out. Apostle and a prophet is holding the same office, but they have different administrations. The office is serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You niggas don't know shit, man. An evangelist, a teacher, a student, a servant, apostle, a prophet, a deacon, a bishop. If they're serving the Lord in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai under the true doctrine, right? That is a shepherd of the sheep. And Lord willing, I got another video. It's called the men of the Lord is filled niggas. But because of YouTube, the men of the Lord is filled ninjas. But I know y'all gonna understand it. The men of the Lord is filled niggas. All y'all is like them light skins in slavery that was afraid to be in the field, so they wanted to go in the house. And I'm not saying the light skins in this truth. I'm just using in slavery, like physical slavery, the light skins wanted to be in the house. And then you had some dark skins that wanted to be in the house because they didn't want to be in the field. When you look at it in the spirit, it's some little ass boys that don't want to get dirty. They don't want to be in the field. They want to be in the bench. And when the game is about to be over, coach, put me in for the last 20 seconds. Nigga, you not part of the team. And you sisters, if you not coming like water boy with the water, with the towel, shit, Gatorade, you not part of the team either. And you better be a cheerleader too. You better be cheerleading with your pom-poms. Because what is the sister doing? You milking the baby with the milk. Actually, physically, you is milking newborns with the milk. And you milking the children off of the little scriptures you learn from your husband, from the lessons you learn from YouTube, and your other little lessons. Disobedience, the character of a woman and a boy. You have a lot in this thing too. But your main work is watching watching the character of your husband and then reflecting on that. Be the best you in this path. Don't be like Lot wife. Listen to Lot as much as you can. In the spirit, your husband is Lot. Listen to everything he says. Shut up and just listen. Forget everything you have behind you, because where we going is in front of us. Do you think you're going to fall from in the back? No, you're going to fall forward. If you don't watch your step, baby, you're going to break a leg. And that's what they say. Go out there and break a leg. Stay focused, because if I'm forward, you think I'm going to keep looking back? That's the whole point. People behind you keep thinking you looking back. People that are looking back is afraid. That's why when you were selling drugs, you kept looking over your shoulder. You kept looking over your shoulder because you was taking the wide way, like a widescreen TV. A narrow path. Since I've been in this narrow way, I haven't had to look over my shoulder, bro. Going down the street and you on the left side and you see a whole bunch of goons. In the world, you be like, oh, let me go on this side because I got some weed. I got some money in my pocket. Let me get on the right side. Coming in this truth, I'm holding my head high. It's not being prideful or cocky. You're serving the Lord. We supposed to serve the Lord, knowing that I got Yahushua with me. I'm not trying to walk past these dudes and say, I'm better than you. No, you're going to walk with my hell high and go to my destination. Since I've been in this truth, I'm going on any block to get to my destination. I'm driving on any block to get to my destination. I'm teaching the word wherever my brothers is teaching it to edify. We're not out here to for popular demand. We're not trying to be like everybody look at us. We're not trying to be better than everybody. Forget it. If you want to hear the word, you can come over. If not, we're going to still teach the word. I'm not here to intimidate nobody. The spirit going to intimidate you niggas. I'm not about to bring out no guns, because my protection is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And I believe if one of you touch me and you come across this line, I'm going to smack you with the Yarmayan power. I'm telling you, bro. The Lord got the men of the Lord only out here to teach. And I just seen a video of 3 hours of these men bringing edification. And this dude came with a demon for 3 hours with the same verse. And they broke down that verse through precepts. That's how I know we must go through hell to reach the kingdom. Going through hell is teaching, and you got stiff-necked niggas. You got niggas scoffing. You got lazy ass wives. It's brothers in this truth that got wives that accept that you serving the Lord, but they're complaining. They're whatever these women is doing. It's women out here that's doing. Yo, I just seen a brother on Facebook. He is not saying he quitting, but he is tired. This man said, "I'm tired of the Israelite politics now. You know, why can't we just all like? I understand it's not about like we having more problems with brothers in the truth. Brothers really don't even get it. If you in this truth, you don't get it. You think all Hebrew Israelites, we're just the same flock? No, the hell we not. You niggas is not reading the same book as me, man. Because the Pharisees and Sadducees were not the same as the apostles and the prophets. Because most of them Pharisees, Sadducees didn't even believe in the Lord. The Sadducees didn't even believe in the resurrection. They didn't believe in spiritual things. We are not the same. Unless you're under 100% doctrine and you can confidently say that. Say it with confidence. Say that MOTB is physical. If you saying it's spiritual, because this brother is part of WFI, regardless. If you saying that, we're all not the same. All camps cannot freaking come together, man. We cannot. IUIC can never come with me. Marching around like Martin Luther King, you can never come around with me. The narrow path is not about a marching niggas, bro. We've been doing that and that shit didn't do shit for us, bro. The best marching we ever did is with Joshua marching around Jericho 7 times. That's the best it ever did for us. I can't come together with the Purple Rangers. I can't come together with the ISUBK unless they fix the mark, unless they fix them fringes on their pants or whatever the heck they got going on over there. That you gotta fix it. I can't come together with HOI. I can't. If they gonna teach Romans 11 that way in the mark and whatever, I can't come together with you. I can't come together with Sakari if they ganging. I can't. And if you don't accept what Paul's saying, I can't accept your 85% scriptures. I can't. We cannot come together because the narrow path is not about Israelites coming together. It's about the elect coming together. You niggas ain't even teaching. You don't see it. You know? And let me get this other side precept, just because I just said that. The narrow path is not for everybody, bro. That's why it's beautiful. If especially for my household, if as the Lord is still moving me, my household can make me happy, upset, make me the happiest man on the earth. As long as I'm still pushing this thing and my family believing Yahweh Shema Shai, they in this thing. You know, we all gonna get corrected. We are, me, everybody is, until Yahweh Shai come. But as long as you striving in this thing and the people around you striving with the same understanding, they in the truth. But what does that mean while we walking on this path? Examine yourself to make sure you in this faith. Because you could be walking down this path and have doubt. But what if I get to the end of it and the kingdom is not there? But it is fire here and water there. But what if I get a quarter and then I fall? We are some murmuring ass niggas, bro. We complain. It's another brother on the book saying he getting tired or he getting bored. How you getting bored of the truth, bro? Oh, because we bringing out the same scriptures. Nigga, you just want one day open up the Bible and a new scripture popped out? You niggas is some lazy fools, bro. This is how you know the Lord had to do something different. He had to have it written down because he knew you niggas is some quitters. The elect ain't quitters, bro. You know, Romans 11:7, it says, what then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Guess what? The rest could not walk this narrow path. Them niggas quit and they walked the wide path. That's why Hebrews, it is impossible for them niggas to come back. A lot of people that is 2/3, they knew the Lord Yahweh at a point in time. They didn't believe in Yahweh Shai. Because you got to think them Pharisees came all the way from old, whatever spirit they had, and came all the way in the time of Yahweh Shai. And they believe in Yahweh Shai. You best believe it was people of old time that didn't understand what Isaiah or Jeremiah was saying. And look at where we at right now. Niggas is still blind because they got the same spirit of whoever the hell they was and whoever the hell their father was of old time. You niggas is not getting it, man. Only the election is going to obtain it. Why are we going outside trying to look for every Israelite? We trying to look for the ones that's trying to walk the narrow path, that won't quit, that won't give up. This narrow path is showing who the men and who little boys. This path is not for pussies. And I said it. This path is not for pussies. This path is not for niggas that's trying to take the 501c. This path is not for niggas that want to sell the ministry. You know, you want to get a donation, you get it. But niggas promote donations. Niggas promote merch more than they promote these lessons, bro. Niggas want to be saying that they made it on a top platform. When all this internet get cut off, we gonna see who really is holding on faith. You niggas can't live without money, right? You niggas can't live without social media, bro. This narrow path is something serious, you know. And coming in this narrow path, we supposed to be growing in this thing. The elect is growing more in faith, more in patience. We shouldn't be arguing with niggas, bro. That's why what these brothers did in this video for 3 hours, I was rebuking myself, even if I'm not doing it, but it motivated me to know we don't have to argue. Soon as you let them bring out their point, and then you break down the scripture and you bring out a precept and they don't get it, you leave them on red. They don't want to leave. You can move another way, but why move? It's a spirit on that person. Just teach over them. And I had to think of brothers that I either labor with or brothers I used to or people I seen. And I'd be like, what would they do? Then a lot of us say, yo, keep moving on, moving on. I seen these brothers say that in the video. He said, no, I'm not going to move. He said, okay, then. The one brother that I like with the grills, the gold grills, he said, you know what? Let's teach over him. So he kept teaching over him. He was bringing out scriptures, but all the scriptures was to do a precept to what he was saying and just showing this is edification. He said, man, you brothers go on all these precepts, but you don't know this one. And I'm over here saying, bro, you don't even get it. Them brothers, you can tell they know that scripture because they go into all these other ones. The narrow path, none of you niggas can fuck with, bro. You might as well just go take the Diddy path. None of you niggas can handle this narrow path, bro. You can't, you know. You can't, you know. Let's just go back to Second Ezra, bro. It's just Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 10. KJV, and I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. What's Israel's portion? That city, right? Verse 11. Because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Right? The Lord really made the world for the elect's sake. Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 18 and 19 shows you, you know, those chosen seeds that he was talking about. We obeyed him before he made the world. But as soon as he put us down under this earth to, you know, get flesh, we went away from him. Right? Let's read verse 10 and 11 in the GNT. It says, that is right, sir, I said. That is how it is with the people of Israel, he added. I made this world for their sake. But when Adam broke my commands, the world came under my judgment. You see how fire the angel said, I made this world for their sake? Really, the angel is speaking on behalf of Yahweh and Yahushai, because who really made the earth? Yahushai, bro, and the powers that be with them, right? Because Genesis 1, it says God, Elohim, but when you go deeper, it's talking about the powers, Yahushai and the powers that be, the angels, right? And who are angels? The Israelites, right? The chosen Israelites, right? Because if they were predestined on this side, that means before they came down here, the elect was the elect, you know, all Israel, the elect, right? And then the angels, Gabriel, and so on and so on, because it's multiple angels. This is a lot. It took 1,000 years for him to do the first one. And then when he said the second day, which is 2,000, it took him 1,000. I mean, in the Lord's time, a day. But when we look at it, It took them a thousand days just to make all those things in a human mindset. But in God's time, it really just took them one day, right? But in our time, it really took the Lord 1,000 days to do this, 1,000 days to do that, 1,000 days to do that. That is fire. And he's telling you, he specifically made the world for us. I'm gonna go to second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 55. Outside of 54, it says, and after this, thou madest Adam, whom thou hast set as Lord. Wait, Salaki. I'm over here reading my book, and I'm actually no, I'm not in the I'm not in the chapter, man. I'm thinking I'm in 6. No, we in 7. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry. So I'm gonna read it since I'm in here. This second Esdras chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, thou madest Adam, whom thou hast set as Lord over all that thou hast made. Of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So all nations come from Adam, even the chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, which is Ezra, an Israelite, a priest, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. And we just read it in verse 11 of second Esdras chapter 7. He said he made the world, they made this world for their sake. Who is there? The elect, the children of Israel, you know? But who's going to obtain the glory of this world on the first half? The elect, until we repopulate, right? So second Esdras again, verse 12 in the KJV, it says, then were the entrance of this world made narrow, right? The entrance of this world was made narrow, full of sorrow, pain, travail, right? We're going to have this long suffering, right? They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful. You remember what it says in Timothy, in the end times, it's going to be perilous times. What's perilous? Terrible times. In the GNT, verse 12, it says, then the entrance into this world were made narrow and difficult to travel. They were rough, dangerous, and few in number, right? So this narrow path is going to only have a few in number. That's why the Lord said, only a few shall be saved. Second Esdras chapter 8, what does he say? Verse 3, he says, there were many created, but few shall be saved. So answer I and said, swallow then down on my soul and understanding and devour wisdom. We're not worried about the nations, how many people of the nations going to be destroyed and who going to be preserved, because we're worried about who the world was for. It was for Israel. So when Yahweh shall come, only a few is going to be saved to repopulate the earth, just like Lot, under our rulership. Yahweh, David, the 12 apostles, and 144,000 under the supervision of Yahweh, the ultimate power, the Ancient of Days, you know. But in this domain, Yahweh is head, David, the 12, 144 as the government, which the 12 is part of the government too, and then down the ranks of Israel, Yasharallah, right? So now we've seen that. Verse 13, it says, for the entrance of the elder world were wide and short, brought immortal fruit, right? 13 in the GNT, but the entrance to the great world to come are wide and safe and led to immortality. Ooh, man, the elder world. You know what that elder world is? The great world. That's the when we go to second Esdras 6 and 9, because all of this stems from verse 9, right? No, this is again, I'm in second Esdras chapter 7, but second Esdras chapter 6 verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And when Jacob's followeth, that's going to be the great world to come. are wide and safe and led to immortality. So right there and then, you can't use this verse for another heathen because only Israelites are going to have immortality. And it's going to be safe for Israel because we're not going to ever sin anymore. That's Ezekiel 36, verse 24 down. He's going to sprinkle us with clean water, bro. We're going to have a new heart, bro. Right? So verse 14 in the KJV, if then they that live labor not to enter these straight in vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. Verse 14 in that GNT, everyone who lives must walk the narrow and meaningless ways. Meaningless ways of this world in order to receive the blessings stored up in the world to come. Right? So everyone must live. Everyone who lives must walk the narrow in meaningless ways of this world in order to receive the blessings stored up in the world to come. Right? And what ways the Lord has given us is book, chapter, verse. And there's any scriptures. But let me see if I can get this sidebar real quick. Let me see if I can get this. I probably missed it. Oh yeah, okay. This is Romans chapter 5, verse 18. It says, therefore, as by the offense of one, judgment came upon all men to the condemnation, even so by the righteousness of one, the free gift came upon all men unto justification of life. For as by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners, Adam, so by the obedience of one, which is Yahushua, if we could be technical, shall many be made righteous. Moreover, the law entered that the offense might be abound, but where sin abounded, grace did much more abound. That as sin have reigned unto death, even so might grace reign through righteousness, which is faith, unto eternal life by Yahushua HaMashiach our Lord. And how much more should we trust and believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Because it said, what did it say in the top of verse 21? That as sin have reigned unto death. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, when the elect get beamed up and the ones that died in the name of the Lord in that day, they're going to be in the chariots. And when that day comes, Yahushua is going to win victory over death. And death is sin. Death is sin. And that's part of this narrow path. That's the full part of the narrow path. Because sin is all around us. Temptation is all around you to sin. Let alone you live in America. We live four corners of the earth in the heathen's land. Sin is right in front of you. Be hungry as hell. We went out to, man, dude, like I'm telling you, bro, sin is all around. Look at your ingredients, the shit that they put in your stuff. Sin is everywhere. This narrow path is hard, but it's well worth it. You know, this is why, well, let me get this last one. This is Sirach 4:28. It says, strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right? Because why he's going to fight for you? Because you've been walking this narrow path, not murmuring, continuing, right? Whatever he was throwing at you, you continued, you know? All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai for the ones that endure, you know? Don't give up. I believe in you. Please believe in me. Pray for me because I'm a dang sure pray for you. And I only pray for the elect to get the kingdom. The 2/3 is going to be destroyed. Not my words. It's Yahweh Shem Yahushai's words. And with that, we come in the whole volume of the book. Me, myself, and I, and the brothers I labor with, and the elder apostles, and the elder bishops, the elder prophets. That's in Great Millstone. You know, they believe in this, and the other brothers that's in the same understanding, like myself. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue, and for the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, believing in this word. I hope that you striving in this hellhole to reach that kingdom. Press towards your mark and don't let nobody stop you. You know, and the number one person is yourself. Is yourself. And if you having a hard time with that, go watch the video I did earlier. You have to conquer yourself. In this truth, you have to conquer yourself. So with that, Yahweh speed, shalom, shalom.